Today we're going to put on a new pump.
A new pod, huh?
A new pod.
So here's your Omnipod. Who's your assistant?
My dad.
Okay, today this is the pod. This is how it comes. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it out.
This.
Just set it right there. And I'm gonna start our pod going. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn our pod back on and hit confirm. It's gonna say, hey, there's no active pod because we already took off the old pod. It says, would you like to activate a pod now? And I say yes. And it says, fill it with insulin and wait till you hear 2 beeps. Okay? So okay, here you go. Put it in there. This is how we get her insulin right now. Let me do it just so it gets done real quick.
Just get it in.
I'm going to do it real quick. And we're just going to fill this up. Ooh, whoops. Hold on.
That's funny.
There we go. Now it's filling up. Oh, okay, let's make sure we have enough insulin in here. We're just going to fill it up till we hit the 100 mark. That's the minimum that you can put in the pod. Make sure we get all the air bubbles out. Make sure there's no air bubbles. There's no air bubbles. It looks good. Okay, now Allie's going to fill it up. And as you can see on the back of the pod, you can see on the back of the pod it says you insert the insulin right there. So put it in the pod. Stick it in the hole. Okay, push it in. You just push it in. Goes in pretty easily. Wait. There's the 2 beeps. So now you hear the 2 beeps. Just set this down. We're going to hit next. Next. And then it's going to say that it's going to prime it for a minute. And sometimes this takes a couple minutes to prime. It's going to take a couple minutes to prime. Oh, there's a little click. Okay. It's almost done priming. We took our pod off a little bit earlier, and it's going to, we're just trying to put it back on so we can go get her some cereal, huh? And have some breakfast.
Starving.
Okay. Okay, so as soon as this is done priming, and why this is priming, let me show you a couple things. As a parent, I always like to break things and figure out how they work. But this is an old pod right here. And this is the one we took off for just a little bit ago. This is the cannula right there. That's the thing that goes in her right there. Now this is one that you're not supposed to do this, but I broke it because I wanted to see what was in it. But that's the inside of one right there. Kind of neat how the whole thing works and everything else. I'll do another video and you can see in more detail how that works. But this is now ready, so what it's going to do is we're going to break this off, and you just pull it up and it comes off, and then we're going to hit next. And it says remove adhesive backing, make sure it's all done. We already did alcohol wipe her arm, so we're going to take the backing off real quick.
So we can get some cereal in me.
So we can get some cereal in you. Okay, Allie, now why don't you turn so I can put this on you?
Oh,
So we're going to put it right here on the back of her arm. And let's put it right there. It hasn't clicked yet. Okay, so what we're going to do is make sure it's all on there nice and tight. It does stick on really well, so it's not anything you have to be concerned about.
Yes, you don't have to be concerned or put anything on it.
No, this one sticks on good, even for the 2 weeks, or for the 2 weeks, for the 3 days. It's on.
It doesn't even come off.
She's a little cold right now, so it doesn't want to stick on as well as it usually does. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit. Now that's on, we're going to hit next, and it says press start to insert cannula. So what we're going to do is we're going to pinch her skin right here, because it does sting a little bit sometimes when it goes in, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to pinch her skin, and we're going to hit start. And what we're going to hear is we're going to hear it priming for a minute, and then it's going to have a little pop. There it is, the little pop. And if you look closely, this does turn to red. That turns to red, and then the cannula, if you look really closely, you can see it's entered in there.
Sometimes it doesn't hurt, except if you get really cold.
Okay, And this one says make sure it's active. We're going to put yes. And she's good to go.